全然足りませんよ。実験とは失敗の積み重ねなのです。
分かったよ。次からは気をつけるさ。だが虫キャラの分際で無駄に抗うゴミはぶち殺す。
そのゴミも当方が研究材料として使ってやることで価値が生まれるのです。ゴミが存在する理由を我々が教えてやりましょう。
What's going on, everyone? Happy Pika Pika Halloween to you. All right, my friends, what's going on? I'm here to talk about my gift level 9999. This is episode number 5. And I'm always very cautious. I'm always very cautious when I use this word around the anime community. In this case, that's you. And the word is filler. The word's filler. Okay, now when it comes to filler, filler's not bad. Filler's perfectly fine. The way I think about filler is an episode that is there to fill your time. Not always good necessarily. But in this case, I think this was a filler episode. This was filling our time to get us to the next thing that's going to happen. Now, you might say like, well, I don't agree. And I think that's perfectly fine. Some of the things that this episode established was the elves are out looking for experimental beings, captives. They're looking for parts of humans and dwarves and other races, right? So they're one part using this thing that's going on to further themselves, but then they're also gathering like human parts and stuff to do whatever they're doing, or whatever that weird elf, whatever experiments he's doing, they're using this as a catalyst for that, right? And the other elf is super pissed off because he's the maestro's descendant or whatever, right? You know, F that guy. Eventually, our boy's going to end up killing him because he's just simply just going to get in the way. So Light's going to come in. He's going to throw down some hammer. And we know that he's going to end up going away. Now, that is pretty obvious to us. The reason I call this filler is outside of establishing the elf stuff, all it did was had Light join the kids' party with Maya and the other kids. And, they shared some kumbaya moments. They shared some stories. Maya gave Light a little necklace thing, like a trinket, for saving them. He gave her like an S-class bracelet that is like a wish giver or something like that. Something important there. So, they're probably going to be reoccurring characters. And the power of the bracelet is if you wish for something so hard, it'll happen. So her magic's probably going to increase. She'll probably get some renown from it. Light and his party, they got some renown for taking down the mantis, and now everyone's looking at them like, oh, the humans took down this level 500 mantis, but humans are only level 100. I'm calling bullshit on it, blah, 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 blah. That's it. That's all that happened this episode. And, in some cases, you may view it and be like, oh, well, that's a lot, Dom. That's a lot. And I'll be like, all right, cool. To me, it wasn't. You know what I mean? It wasn't a whole lot. Again, I felt like it was a filler episode, with the ending being the main part where it has the elves, right? We saw the elves last time. We saw the elves twice this episode, but really they were massacring some humans, and then they took them for parts, and then they're basically like, oh, I'm going to go and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go get the other guys or whatever. And they're going to land with Light, and then he's going to take them down. And then Light had some tea and stuff, you know what I mean? So overall, for me, this was a 6 out of 10 episode. It was okay. You know what I mean? It's not unwatchable. It was watchable. But nothing happened. No funny. I didn't laugh. I didn't have any like, oh my God moments or anything. The fight with the mantis was pretty good. The golden guy, I thought was, he laid down a lesson to the kids. I thought that was cool. And then the Nemumumu, whatever the dark skinned girl's name is, she ruined the mantis or whatever, right? So maybe you found that funny. I don't know. I'm just being real. I thought this was just like a mediocre, just filler episode to me. So that's how I feel. But we're here for next week. We'll see you guys for episode 6. Happy Halloween, guys. Whether you're watching it on Halloween, whether even I launch this on Halloween, it's Halloween for me right now. So I'll see you when I see ya. Peace.